Oh, I'm sorry. I felt like messing it up today. Man, drop that motherfucker.
Like Joe, like Lou off the bench. I got
Like
a
George
dangerous
Fox
six.
was
Like
square.
two from the green.
He giving you nothing. You feel me?
Fist off the hip. John Stockton the dick.
What's good? It was Troy St. Louis Jordan, man. Everybody want to do it.
What's tonight, folks? This team
Good job on KD.
No.
They just locked in.
Throw points getting hard.
I'm not saying it's Joker's fault. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying.
Get him down 3 games. It's a quick sweep.
It's a mentality thing. That's really what I think it is.
The Kobe fadeaway up from 10 feet. You know what's in me.
Yo, what's up, fellas? We back in the building, baby.
That's the air horn I wanted to hear, Troy. That's what I wanted to hear, man. That's the air horn I wanted to hear, man. Yes, sir.
I am back with the boys, and this is another episode of Basket to Basket. We're switching things up in the beginning a little bit. You feel me? We're going to talk about these playoffs real quick because that's what that's the topic of today is the playoffs. Because the Heat might just be going home today. And I know it's not what we expected. Troy had the Nuggets winning in 6, even though Troy did say Nuggets could win the championship. They're going to win it. Troy picked them. Troy, he gave into all the hype and shit. They did their thing. It might be over tonight. I still think the Heat can grab this one. I really do think they could grab this one. But if I'm the Nuggets, I'm going out there to finish it on my home court. I'm not leaving nothing to chance. I'm not trying to have this be another Heat versus Boston series when they're coming back from being down 3-1. And I'm not trying to be Golden State. Because if it's any team that can get it, well, it's only 2 teams left. So the only team that can get it done is the Heats. But I'm going to start off with DJ. What are your feelings and your thoughts on tonight's Game 5?
Man, Hemi got to be Hemi tonight. He hasn't had a good finals. I think all of us here will sit here and agree he has not been good in the finals, other than basically Game 1 where he affected the game in other ways other than his scoring. So I am of the mindset that Jokic and Murray will not allow the state to go another game. They want to finish it out for Denver's first championship on their home court. Eric Spoelstra is a good coach. He will make adjustments, and it's up to the Nuggets to adjust and overcome. We'll see how it plays out, but I do think the Nuggets are winning tonight, even though I had the Heat winning the series in 6. That prediction is no longer true.
Blew up?
Looks like Jokic's trying to get his first title. I mean, I can't see how the Heat stop the Nuggets in general. Like, they got it going. Aaron Gordon has been very key. And Jamal Murray is top 20 player in this league, look like. That's what it's looking like. So I got the Nuggets closing out tonight. Great season by the Miami Heat, though. They overachieved.
Movich?
I had the Heat in 6. I just think that they're not capitalizing on the opportunities. When you look at it, it's really lopsided. The Nuggets are really capitalizing on everything that the Heat aren't doing. The Heat are getting a lot of open shots. They're just not making them, honestly. They haven't shot well from the 3 at all this entire finals. They've been getting killed on the inside as far as rebounds, especially points on the inside. As good as Bam is doing on Jokic, it's just not enough. He's not getting enough from, honestly, the perimeter. And honestly, you can't have Aaron Gordon having games the way he's been having games, bro. Like, he's been looking like a top 20 power forward, top 20 forward in the game, just based off this series alone. And you can't have that, like, at all. And he's been doing it consistently. And that's been the problem. He's really been an X factor because Michael Porter Jr. has been, I have no idea where he's at, honestly. So when you see him getting more of the touches, he's playing more minutes, shooting better from 3. They're pouring confidence into him, and it's been working out for him. Bruce Brown has also been big off the bench, and Jamal Murray has been more consistent. And that's
Bruce who?
Bruce Brown.
You said Bruce Banner. Who the fuck is Bruce Banner?
The Hulk, man. What you thought, man? What you mean? You don't see him out there tripping every single game? Like, the Hulk, man, is out there talking, barking, going crazy. Okay? Bruce Banner, Bruce Brown. That's what you call that man, okay? But It's just when you look at it and when you really watch the games, for everybody who's saying that these finals is boring, whatever the case may be, y'all just don't like basketball. I'm gonna keep saying it. When you really watch these games, bro, the Nuggets just have too much. I've been saying it all season. They have too much. They're super, super deep. And when they're on, bro. They're really unstoppable when they're on. When they're off, you see all of their weaknesses and you can capitalize on them and they're a beatable team. But when they're on and when they're hitting on all cylinders, they're one of the hardest teams to beat, bro, especially with how deep they are. So maybe the Heat pull it out. I see that we'll see the Heat culture come into play. I see it going to be a closer game tonight, but I still think that Denver pulls it out and they get their first championship in franchise history.
And the responses to that, because I mean, I'm clear on that. I think we just want to get this game over so we can really talk about in full depth the Nuggets, the Heat, how the series went, what the Nets. I mean, the Heat need to do to get back here next year. I think that's the conversation we're all looking for. That's why I put this conversation first, because I kind of knew we were going to get through it. The Heat just don't have the big, tall bodies to mess with the Nuggets, and that's why I said Boston was the best matchup for them. If it was any of the two teams that got there, because Boston is also a tall, lengthy team with players with big wingspans that can get in the way of not just passes, but shots, altering shots and stuff like that. The Heat don't have that personnel. I know they said Tyler Hero is coming back tonight. I don't think he's going to be that big of a difference.
Yeah, I was going to ask, does that make a difference? Does that swing anything, any kind of way?
Yeah, I don't think that makes that big of a difference.
I don't think so either.
He's been gone for so long now. I think the Heat probably hit their peak without him, that they're going to hit in the playoffs altogether. So,
and I think it's difficult coming back from a hand injury that's severe, especially so soon, right? Especially on the shooting.
Broken.
So it's just, I don't know if he's going to come back in the rhythm right away. The chemistry, somebody was talking about the chemistry earlier today on the radio, saying that they've developed a solid chemistry without him. So him coming back might mess up some on-court chemistry.
But we hit this. See that conversation. I hate having that conversation because we have it every time somebody gets injured. Let's go back to last year, the year before Steph Curry and them won the championship. The year they won the championship. I think it was the first round when Steph came back. They had him coming off the bench. And there were analysts saying, "Oh yeah, you don't want to put him back in the game because Poole is playing good. You're gonna mess up Poole's." And then Curry comes back in later on, and Poole's still doing what he did. Like
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It's a chance you can mess up the chemistry, but if it's a guy that's your number 2 option or your number 3 option, like Hero is, their number 3 scoring option, you got to get that guy in, and you got to find a way to get him in where he's going to be productive.
Just have him find a rhythm. Yeah, just have him find a rhythm. If he's ready to play, just gotta find a rhythm. He's gonna come out cold. He's gonna come out shaky, but we gotta see if he can get into a rhythm.
I think Jimmy and him will be fine. Jimmy, Hero, and Bam are fine because they've been to the finals before together already. But it's all the other intricate pieces with Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin. That's where you're gonna be like, okay, they're taking on bigger roles now. Now you're telling them, hey, we're gonna have to dial it back because Tyler Hero's coming back. But I think he'll be all right. It's just whether he's in rhythm or not, and I don't think he'll be in good enough rhythm to make that big of a difference.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to for me too. It's like if Hero didn't break it and it was a shooting hand, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's different. I play ball. I mean, you just jamming your finger on your shooting hand. You need that thing to be 100% healed, or you're not gonna be able to shoot the ball how you like it. So that's definitely some. I mean, we're gonna see it starts in a little bit, right? 8:30 tonight.
Yeah.
8:30 tonight. That means they'll be starting like 8:45 p.m. my time.
Yeah, we'll see just how they come out because Gabe Vincent has been inconsistent. Max Strus has been inconsistent. Duncan Robinson has been inconsistent. So we'll see how they come out. With the addition of Hero.
So is Martin. Martin's been inconsistent too.
Yeah, Caleb Martin has been inconsistent as well. So
I was just telling my dad today.
We'll see with the insertion of Hero if they can kind of find a rhythm with some shooters to kind of get somebody going and try to make some trying to knock down some shots. But I don't know, man. It's been hard, bro. Especially when you have Denver they're shooting lights out from 3.
I think the biggest story of the finals here is that the Heat look like the team they were during the regular season when they weren't a good 3-point shooting team. And it bit them in the ass a lot because they couldn't hit threes, and now they came back down to earth, and their defense isn't good enough to stop Denver's offense anywhere. So And Denver is just so good from three, man. Everybody on Denver can shoot the three. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
All of them. And if Aaron Gordon keeps shooting lights out the way he is, it's not going to be a good game tonight for the Heat.
Did you guys hear Draymond comment?
What?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I heard it.
You go ahead. He already crowned the Nuggets the champions.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see why.
Yeah.
I can see why just by looking at the
Draymond
game.
about to get start getting fined, bro. I'm telling you. But Boo, I wanted to say something.
No, the reality though is that the best two players that's been on the court has been Jamal Murray and Jokic, and this is why they beating the hell out of Miami. It's just simple.
100%.
This is what Miami could not afford this at all on no level. Jokic was going to be the best player on the court. They could not afford for Jimmy Butler to not at least somewhat match that.
Match that, yeah.
He's not.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
He's not. And Jimmy, he hurt. I can tell he's not the same player.
Yeah, they showed his ankle is swollen.
Yeah, he hurt, and we
tell it.
It's just what it was. It was gonna be a tough match anyway. Like they's gonna have their hands full regardless. But it's just like I said, Jamal Murray is he's a budding star. It's just what it is. He's a budding star. He top 20 in the league right now. Like and this gonna be nasty. This might be nasty to you, Troy. Based on what I'm seeing. Murray,
that's right, Kelly. Keep hope alive.
Wait, what you say? Hold on, boy. You went low. You went low when you said it. You said what?
Based off what I'm seeing right now, I would rather have Jamal Murray than Jaylen Brown.
All right.
I just was peeking over to the side of recency bias. That's what I was just looking like. But you was gonna say something, TJ?
I don't know about that.
I ain't got no comment. I'm not getting stuck in the debate about recency bias. Like,
nah,
definitely a better playoff performance. We can already see that. Definitely a better player.
No, but nobody was saying that when Jaylen Brown was kicking ass in the finals last year when JT was fucking injured and couldn't play well. Nobody was saying that when he picked up the slack. Nobody was saying that when JB. Nobody was saying that when JB the year before that was picking up the slack and fucking Tatum and him was going off for 28 points a game and 30 points a game. Nobody was saying that. Now Jamal Murray come back. He has one season where he's healthy and it's like, yeah, he's better than this guy and he's better than this guy and he's better than this guy. And we do this every
I'll say this though, Jamal Murray in the bubble when a lot of people had their they blew up in the bubble and then regressed after. Jamal Murray in the bubble when that first round series was freaking ridiculous. So you saw the spurts already there of how good he could be. So this is like the first year we're actually seeing him put it all together. So I'm not ready to say that yet. That I'd rather have him over Jaylen Brown.
That's what sports debate is now.
It's just recency bias. I'll give him that. He is making a strong case. If he next year,
I wasn't going to say nothing about him saying he was top 20 over 2 seasons. I wasn't going to say nothing about that off 2 seasons.
I just feel like you can't write off Jaylen Brown off one bad series.
I didn't write him off. It's not a write-off. That's what y'all think it is. This is.
But you're saying a guy that's having one good series in the last 3 years because he was injured is better than him.
You said
that's not writing JB off.
One good series. One good.
Well, yeah, one good playoff run. I mean, playoff run. That's what I mean.
Right.
Right. But playoff one season of a playoff run makes it better than he's better than a guy that all of a sudden that's been in 5 in the last 6 or 4 of the last 6 Eastern Conference Finals. A big part of the reason of that.
I'm not.
It's healthier than Jamal Murray. Like he didn't miss that much time. Like we got to count.
You giving Jaylen Brown something I'm not even giving Jamal Murray. I don't care where they went because they went as the number 2s. I don't give a damn where they went. They was not the best players on the team. I don't care. So like,
wasn't the best players on the team.
Getting Jaylen Brown or Jamal Murray, they're not the best player. They're not the best players on their respective.
Right. I'm not saying Jamal Murray's the best player on the team.
But when you say stuff like that's why when we do these debates, I hate when we make it seem like because I don't want to say he was along for the ride. He just simply was not the best player on the team. Like the best player.
But he was the number 2 in.
No doubt. As a number 2, like I said to begin with, I would rather have him.
I have been hearing consistently, and we got to move this conversation on. Troy, go end this conversation right here. We can have this later, boo. Troy's gonna end it here. I have been consistently hearing that Tatum and Brown is fighting over who's the number 1. I have not heard that over Jamal Murray and Joker, okay? Next topic. Let's get into this damn NBA breakdown. NBA break. And who we got for him today?
The 94.
Don't all answer at once.
95.
It's the
95.
95. Sorry, 95.
95 Suns versus the
95
Rockets in the semi-Western Conference Finals.
Semis.
Game 7.
Rockets came back from 3-1 down.
Game 7.
All right, you know how Troy like to do this. Troy,
Before you kick this off, man, I know that there's a lot of our viewers that didn't watch this or didn't get to watch this game live. But if you have the time, the chance, the opportunity, go back and watch
this game.
For real.
Watch this game. This game was like an instant classic.
So this was a 7-game series. We had the Suns taking the first game 130 to 108 against the Rockets. We had the Suns taking the second game 118-94. We had the Rockets taking the third game 118-85. We had the Suns taking the fourth game. Ooh.
It was down 3-1.
It was down 3-1.
Ooh.
The Rockets battled off 3.
Ooh. Suns take game 4, which puts them up 3-1. So why are they saying nobody's never came back from a 3-1 series?
Man.
No, nobody's ever came back from 3-0 because LeBron and McCollum did it too.
Did 3-1.
Nobody.
But that was in the finals. I'm not saying that in the playoffs.
Nobody did that but LeBron. Come back from the
in the playoffs.
No, sir.
No, I'm talking about in the playoffs. In the playoffs.
The same year.
No, just in the finals.
Oh yeah. I know the same year that LeBron them came back from 3-1. Golden State came back from 3-1 against OKC in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
All right, so Steve Nash did it against Kobe. So people have done it.
Oh, so you're right.
Yep.
Yeah,
but
people
so somewhere around here, Charles Barkley got hurt though.
Yep.
Because that's where I see it switches at. When Charles is healthy, they're kicking the Rockets' ass.
Yep.
You feel me? Charles get hurt, all of a sudden the Rockets go on and win, and I don't know what game he got hurt in, but his knee was a big factor, especially when we get to the key breakdowns of game 7. But Rockets go on to win game 5, 103-97. Rockets win game 6, 116 to 103, which brings us to game 7. Winner takes all. Let's do it. So Troy gonna give you his breakdown. Troy got 2 pages, all right? Troy gonna show you.
God damn.
That it'll clear. That's 1 page, and I got the back page. You feel me? That's my breakdown right there on the full game. What I noticed off the start was both teams, especially the Suns were looking to run. They were looking to get that ball up that way as fast as they can. All right. And it worked for them. It worked for them in that first quarter because they were up big. They were up, what was it? I thought I had it. I thought I had it here. I didn't print it.
I know that
it was like 13 to 20 something, I think.
13 to 26. 13 to 26.
13 to 26. There you go. So the Suns came out running, popped them in their mouths. But what kept them around, even though they only scored 13 points, even in the beginning in that first series, Clyde Drexler made some key baskets to keep some of that to keep the momentum from going over their top. All right, they go into the second quarter. You see the Rockets come back 28 points. Suns still got the lead because they scored 25. They go into halftime 10-point lead. Elijah Wan played horrible the first half, and even in the third quarter, he played horrible. But when it counted, he stepped up. I'm gonna leave the rest for the boys. So let me get to my three keys. My 3 keys to the game was the first one was Charles Barkley. Because as close as this game was, and Kevin Johnson giving you 46 points, he only took 2 3.
Mm-hmm.
He gave you 46 and only made 1 3. So he gave you 46 points. Charles Barkley had 18.
He got I want to say he shot 17 or no. I think he shot
22 free throws.
Yeah,
22 free throws. Yes, because he was crashing. He was getting inside the paint.
He was just playing his game.
Right. He was doing his thing. He took the jump shot when he needed, take the 3 when he needed, but he was getting into the paint. Sorry. So with Kevin Johnson scoring the 46 points, Charles Barkley scored 18. They lost by 2, if I'm not. They lost by 1.
Lost by 1.
Yep. Charles Barkley went 7 for 16. Now, I'm just hypothetically here speaking. Charles Barkley makes one more basket. This might be a different, right? But his knee bothered him so much, and you can see it. He wasn't jumping. Like, he was grabbing rebounds, but he wasn't jumping on his jump shots. He wasn't coming that far off the floor. He did, like, his athleticism that he did have was non-elite. Well, it wasn't there. That's what I'm basically trying to say. So my first key was, Charles Barkley being hurt and not being able to help KJ when KJ needed it. Now, if Charles Barkley is fully healthy and this game is this close, KJ has somebody that he can go to. KJ has a guy he can put the ball in. Charles Barkley can bang down low and get the ball in the basket and get him a point. But KJ had to basically do it himself. The second key to this game for the Rockets to win it was the others for me. Now, the others to me is Kenny Smith, Pete Chilcutt. I don't know how you say his name.
Chilcutt. Yep.
Chilcutt. I don't know. And Sam Cassell. You got 40 points for them three players. 40 points from those three players you got in this game. So that's going to help them when Akeem is struggling. That's going to help them stay in that game. And you can see in the third quarter, they outscored them 40 to
28.
40 to 28.
40 to 28. So that's what coming. My last and final key to this game of why the Rockets win it is what I said a little earlier, by a man by the name of Clyde Drexler. I feel like Clyde Drexler all throughout this game made key baskets, key stops, key plays, key anything to get his team to stay within that game while they were getting, had that 10-point plus lead the Suns had on them. They were able to fight their ways back in the third quarter. But you guys know whenever it's a Robert Horry game, Troy likes to, pick on Robert Horry. And I know last time Troy did this, Moo tried to come back with Robert Horry played good on defense. Well, guess what? Robert Horry played good on defense again. He had 3 steals and 3 blocks. Most of that came in the fourth quarter. Where it counted. So I'm going to give Robert his credit. But guess what? Guess how many points Robert scored? 5 points. 5 points. Big shot, Bob. 5 points. Okay.
Hey, that 3 was big, though. I don't want to hear it.
Hold the heck down. He had his first shot in the fourth quarter. His second and last shot in the fourth quarter. But this big shot, Bob, we talk about right here. I'm going to kick it over to Moo. Moo, what was your breakdown, your key breakdown to this game?
Oh, man.
Hopefully it was a big shot, Bob.
Oh, man. No, it damn sure wasn't big shot, Bob. But I will say one thing. Just like you, Troy, that I seen the motive, right? Like both teams wanted to run and gun, right? But as you said, it was working for the Suns, but it wasn't working for the Rockets, bro. There was a lot of times where the Rockets were missing a lot of open shots at the basket, namely Kenny the Jet Smith, bro. His pace, although I liked his pace, the shots that he was taking was very, very rushed, and the offense that they were trying to set up was very, very rushed, and it was very sporadic, right? You've seen a lot of rush shots, you've seen a lot of timed or missed time shots, and I'm just like, why are they running the offense? Because when they run the offense and they set up the offense, they're scoring easy baskets. For me, it was the insertion of Sam Cassell after the fact, but we're gonna get to that later. The Rockets just missed a lot of open shots in the beginning of the game, bro. They rebounded well. They played it.
I wrote that.
Yeah, they missed a lot of open shots, bro. They rebounded well. They played pretty solid defense. They just missed a whole lot of open shots. The thing that the only bad thing I would say about their defense was a transition defense. The Suns killed them in transition points. They were murdering them in transition points. And then when they set up the offense, as far as Kevin Johnson attacking and leaving essentially the perimeter and everything 2 steps inside open, they were attacking that all day. Danny Ainge, Dan Marjorie, they were all just AC Green, all of them just killing that whole mid-range all day. So that's how they got up to that whole start. And they were legitimately holding that lead the whole time until basically middle of the third, damn near 5 minutes left in the third. And this is what I get to Sam Cassell, right? This is my second point in Sam Cassell, because the insertion, that energy that Sam Cassell came off the bench with. I think he capped off like 3 baskets back to back to give them the lead with less than 4 minutes with less than 4 minutes to go. And there's this one move, bro, top of the key. He gets it, drives, gives him a little hezzy, drives, takes the contact, and gets the and one basket. I was like, oh yeah, this game has turned. This game has took a turn right there. Next possession, they come down, they score, they take the lead again. Next possession, Sam Cassell comes down, bangs a 3. I was like, oh yeah, Sam Cassell is tripping right now. Get out of this man's way because he's on one. He literally owned the end of that third quarter. The beginning of that third quarter, Clyde Drexler was absolutely murdering. There was nothing that anybody can do to stop this man, inside, outside. And in the beginning, Clyde was taking some horrible shots. Rush 3s, bad 2s, bad middies. It was horrible. But he was playing good defense and he was rebounding. He started to find his rhythm in the beginning of that third, and it was up from there. And I think Rudy taking out Hakeem in the third and letting Sam and Clyde just cook, that really brought them back in the game, because then you can insert Hakeem at the end of the game. And since he started going crazy, he got his rest because I think he was dealing with a hand or thumb contusion.
He had a contusion. He got one, I think, in the middle of that game or something like that, right between his thumb and his finger, like right here.
Yeah. So just allow him to get that rest and allowing your other star player and one of your role players to just cook like that because he's having a great game. And then you get 10 from Kenny to Jet. That just allows Hakeem to find his rhythm. So now he's coming in, he's getting the rebounds, he's passing, and he's scoring. He hit, I forget his name. I think it was Dan Marjorie, but he hit that boy with the coldest dream shake I ever seen. And when in the fourth, I was like, it's over. Oh my God, Hakeem, don't do it to the footwork was absolutely crazy. I was like, oh yeah, it's done. It is done. And I had to go find another video to get the last of the fourth. And it really came down to the last shot with their hot hand, Kevin Johnson, man. And I understand why you go to him. He has 46 points. He's getting to the line at will. He's been killing on the inside.
There wasn't many others you can trust in that.
There really wasn't nobody else you can trust.
Except for Danny. You could have gave it to Danny.
But I think the thing about it was Danny had a good series against the Blazers. He shot 50% from 3 during the Blazers, but then in that series he was only shooting like 20-some percent. He was 1 for 7 that game. So it was really he was having a really tough outing. The thing about it that kind of really turned the table for me was you can see how the injury of Barkley really hindered him, right? Because normally when you get him, when he gets on the inside, he's going to pump fake you a little bit. He's going to go up really strong, try to draw the foul. But he was really passive. He was kicking the ball out, which allowed Houston to get in those turnovers or get in those passing lanes, would cause a lot of turnovers. Barkley had 7 turnovers. That's uncharacteristic. He had the most turnovers of the game. That's uncharacteristic of him. He's going to get it on the inside, pump fake, rebound, get the foul, and he's going to go to the line. That's literally the key to his game. He was taking a lot of outside shots, a lot of fadeaway shots, and you can just tell that he wasn't himself. So just with all that, you can see that game was literally a dogfight, and it had to be a dogfight. And once somebody had to come out on top, and just so happened to be the Houston Rockets.
DJ?
All right. I'm gonna touch on some things that y'all didn't touch on that just stuck out to me. Number one, the Rockets lost the rebound battle and still won the game.
Crazy.
They got
crazy.
It was the rebound battle was 39-54 in favor of the Suns.
That's a crazy statistic because everybody knows it's hard to win an NBA game if you're losing the rebounding battle by that much.
It's insane.
Second thing, y'all touched on Clyde Drexler, so I'm gonna touch on some other people because I'm going to use more of my NBA breakdown to talk about the disrespect that a lot of these players get, bro. A lot of these players from back then nowadays get so disrespected like they couldn't play. Danny Ainge's out there hooping. Danny Ainge was going crazy. Charles Barkley gets disrespected on a bum ankle, 18 and 23. And people just talk about Charles Barkley because he doesn't have a ring. And Charles Barkley was a top 5 player while he was in the NBA. But the person I really want to get to,
2 shots, 1 at halftime to play this game.
The person I really want to talk about, Kevin Johnson was out there hooping, bro. all the stuff where y'all like where there's people like there was no guards back in the day when MJ was playing and it was a cakewalk, this and that. That ain't true. And this game here is it shows you everything you need to know about 90s basketball. They might not be 3-point shooters, but man, they are shooters. They're efficient mid-range on in. And of course, I'm gonna end it with the one adjustment that nobody I don't think anybody has said this listening to y'all to. Maybe Buat would have brought it up. The biggest key to me was in the fourth quarter, the Rockets found ways to switch Charles Barkley onto Hakeem.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big adjustment.
That's true.
And with that big adjustment right there, Hakeem started cooking. Mm-hmm. He started getting warm, and he started getting hot, and there was nothing they could do to stop him once he made 3 baskets in a row. It was over by then. Mm-hmm. They weren't going to stop him offensively. This game, after watching the Golden State and Cleveland game the other day, this game is just as good. And this is one of those lost games in history because it's during the Jordan era, and people always come up and say, well, if Jordan would have been playing the whole time, the Rockets would have never won championships. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's not. We'll never know.
I think one of these Rockets teams beats that Chicago. One of the Chicago.
I think the Rockets get one. I don't think they beat them twice, but
they might
because nobody. But that one major adjustment in the fourth quarter was the thing that brought it home for the Rockets because Hakeem started balling in the fourth once they kept on getting Charles Barkley on him. And
I think Hakeem only had like 11 to maybe 13 points going into the fourth.
Yeah. In the first quarter, really in the first half, he only had 1 basket.
Yep.
The first half, he finished the third quarter with 11 points, and Charles Barkley had 9 points.
Mm-hmm.
And so one thing I saw from Hakeem that a lot of people always like, well, LeBron smells blood better than anybody else. Man, Hakeem smelled blood anytime Charles Barkley was on him in that fourth quarter. He cooked every single time. It was ridiculous. So that third key was my biggest thing because I did notice that was ridiculous to see.
Blew up.
Oh yeah, great game. I like the history of the lead up, them coming back and from the 3-1. I know Barkley might have been hurt. I don't know exactly when he got hurt either, because I know game 6 he was pretty good. I think he had like 34 and 15. I don't know when he got hurt, but in that particular game, he did not seem himself for sure. But I still think it mostly came down to the others. When I look at a guy like Dan Marley, who was averaging 15 points in the regular season, like I think he averaged 6 in that series. Like he was not good throughout the series, and they needed him
big time.
And yeah,
showed up this
Danny
game.
Ainge was huge. Yeah, if he would have had 10 points in this game, they would have won. Like
Danny?
I think 5 points. No,
Danny
not Danny.
Dan Marley.
Had 19. Dan Marley.
Dan Marley had 6 points.
Yeah,
he had 6 points and he went 1 for 7.
This game. Yeah, they would have won this game.
Yep.
Like that's just the reality. He was bad, and he was bad in the series, and you need a guy like that. He's a key starter, and you needed him. So, yeah, I basically say the others, if they would have stepped up, this would have been a different game. Because Houston had, I want to say, 6 players in double figures.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Five players. Yeah. Five players.
Yeah, 5 players in double figures. That's the big thing right there for me.
And then the Suns only had 3, so
if you looked at it late,
still only lost by 1 point though. You got to think about that. Rockets had 3 players in double digits. 2 of their players scored 29 points, and they still only lost by 1.
But the thing about it, the only reason why they was even in this game, to be truthful, is because of Kevin Johnson. Like if he don't play the way he's playing, they lose.
No, they're not in this game at all. And they definitely don't have the Rockets. Definitely don't have to fight back from being down. Yeah, they're up.
Yeah, they're up big.
Kevin Johnson was big in that first half, keeping them in the game because Charles Barkley struggled from the game in. From the second he came in that game, Charles Barkley was struggling. So,
and there was one big thing for me in the end of that game that kind of turned the game for me. Like once Houston got the lead, they started to turn Kevin Johnson into a jump shooter. They wanted him to stop and shoot in that mid range or even deeper, and they wanted to clog that lane. And it was working. He was taking some really reckless shots. He was trying to either take the lead or maintain the lead, and that was getting them. That was giving the Rockets opportunities to not only claw back into the game, but maintain the lead or maintain the pace of the game that they wanted to play. And just that defensive adjustment right there was a huge key and turning point in the game, man. Like, that was key, because prior to that, if you looked at it, that lane was wide open. All 3 quarters, that lane was wide open. Like, you can literally walk your whole team in that lane. The beginning of that fourth, that lane started to close off. They started to really clog that lane, and they started to make Kevin Johnson really either stop and shoot or stop and pass out, and really slow down their offense. That defensive adjustment by Rudy was super key in closing out that victory.
Absolutely. I mean, he took 26 shots and only made 12. The rest of his points came from the free throw line. So, yeah.
And another thing too, like, what don't get talked about when teams are in the process of blowing these 3-1 leads, the psychological things start kicking in. You start doing uncharacteristic things. You start, like, it's almost like you start giving in. You know what I'm saying, to what's finna happen, and it started to show in the fourth quarter. You could see guys was getting tighter. They were getting, palms were getting sweaty. You're getting nervous now. You're blowing it, like, and that's they're on their home court. They're blowing it, blowing it.
Yep,
it was crazy. Like, that's just never, you know what I'm saying, the ideal situation to be in, because this is the 6th seed versus I think they was the 3 seed Phoenix.
Yep.
Yeah, like, you don't want to lose this series like this. Like, it's embarrassing. So yeah, I think guys started
to lead that big.
Oh yeah. Once the third quarter hit, you could see, like, they knew it. Houston, the champions too, even though they the 6th seed, they like, we the champs.
Lowest seed to ever win. So
yeah. I mean,
I wanted to ask
another thing. No, I ain't gonna cut you off. I just wanted to say, like, and I do believe Houston. Like, I know that people like to call it the Jordan era, but if they played in '94, I think Houston beats them. I
do too.
And if the Bulls don't adjust the next year and do something about Hakeem, they're gonna lose again in '95.
I
don't doubt that either, honestly.
I wanted to ask y'all a question, just because it's something that I thought about when I was watching this game. Because Clyde Drexler was huge. If the Rockets don't make the trade mid-season and get rid of Otis Thorpe and run it back, how do you think they fare in this game, knowing that Clyde Drexler was a big part in this game? Because that might really be like the biggest adjustment outside of the series that saved the Rockets.
They lose in the first round.
Yep.
They don't even get to the second round.
Yep, I think so. Clyde was big in that whole playoff run. Honestly, he was huge. So I think that adjustment, that acquisition was big, because they knew exactly what Clyde brought to the table.
They did.
They gave Hakeem a number 2. That's what they did.
Shout out to Clyde and Hakeem getting their redemption after losing to U of H.
Facts. They
got their redemption and got their ring.
Hey, shout out to our chat, man. Shout out to Mobby for picking this game. This was a good game, man. We appreciate you.
I was hoping Mobby jumped in the chat today, but I guess Mobby getting money. YP.
This is a really good game, man. I enjoyed every second of this. This was a good one.
Definitely had me glued to my phone the whole time. Going back, replaying, rewinding, watching key plays again. Like, this game really was really one of the instant classic, man. Really top notch.
This game is one of the reasons why you have the 5-second rule now with your back to the basket, because they can just get the ball and just keep going and going and going and backing down over and over again until they wear the defender out. That shit is crazy to see. Kevin Johnson did that over and over again for quite some time and kept on getting fouled with pump fakes.
Yep.
All right, that's gonna cut it for the
This boy Troy here holding notes and shit.
I don't know what Troy got going on.
Troy,
He's like Kawhi.
Oh, shit. All right. Hey, Go, you know what time it is. All right, that's kind of funny that we just got done talking about Hakeem and that Hakeem is in the little animation thing, but I'm gonna make this one a little short and sweet. Now I know we all waiting for the news on Jamal Murray. You feel me, with his toy gun? Now all of a sudden it's a toy gun. That's the latest news on Ja. It's a toy gun. So let me ask you something, right? If it was a toy gun, why didn't he say that, or why didn't that report come out when the video came out, right? Soon as the video came out, did Ja not apologize for doing it again? He did, right? I can swear he apologized for doing it again, right? And then, once he find out that he's about to be suspended to 40 and up games, now it was a toy. Okay, Ja. Oh, yeah, you're right. It was a toy. The same toy that Adam Silver's about to pop your ass with. That's the toy. That's the toy you're talking about. Because he about to beat your ass with a toy belt. And you ain't going to like it. All right? You ain't about to like it, Ja. I can't wait till this finals is over so we can hear that you got suspended for a year. And Troy can do another in the post. Even if it's next week, I don't care. I'll do another in the post with you and your toy guns. I got toy guns too, but mine don't look like yours. Get me off this damn single screen, Goat. Toy gun my ass. All right.
Hey, I knew you was gonna pop. I knew you was gonna pop today.
That was beautiful. Hey,
My ass.
we and my boy a round of applause, man. That shit was
Hey, man.
I love that shit.
I knew you was gonna pop off today. I was waiting all day for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Two
I'm just tired of the
back-to-back great in the
shenanigans.
post, man. Two back-to-back great in the post, back-to-back weeks. I love it.
I'm just tired of bullshit.
Oh,
But,
man.
let's get to some NBA news, which we don't have much, but Fred VanVleet opting out of his contract. Simple question. Where do you think he should go?
It's a lot of places he can go.
I just want where you think he should go.
The Bucks.
I would say the Bucks. He's from Chicago, the Chicago area, you know. I mean, I wouldn't go to the Bulls, but yeah, they don't really need another guard like that. I would go to the
I
Bucks.
wouldn't say so. I would say the Bucks.
Yeah. Put you in a
I'm gonna say what GQ said earlier. I think Orlando was the perfect fit for him. So I'll go with Orlando.
I'm intrigued about that Orlando. Why Orlando? Why do you guys feel Orlando?
I just think Orlando is a team that's up and coming, and they need a veteran presence. And I just think because I don't think there's a actual contender out there that's going to give him the money he wants. Because most contenders are capped out, regardless. Like when you think about probably the 6 best teams in the NBA, or let's just say the 3 best in the East and the 3 best in the West, they're pretty much solidified at his position, unless you say Miami. I mean, Miami is just, but they're solidified in point guard positions right now. I don't think Fred VanVleet per se is a top 5 point guard in the NBA.
no.
And I think all the contenders or all the teams that you would think would have a chance to win, I don't think Fred VanVleet technically tilts the pendulum in their favor either. So would he be a solid number 2 or a good person to have around a group of young guys because he's been around, he's won a championship and things like that? Yes, and I do think Orlando has the cap space to pay him and let him come in and mentor these guys. So that's why I think Orlando is good for him. But if he wants to go win somewhere, I don't know where he could go because pretty much everybody solidified at point guard. That's a contender. So,
but if he's not trying,
I mean, let's come to Boston, but I don't think he's gonna go to Boston.
Yeah.
Troy had a little smirk in his face, so I had to make sure I put in my 2 cents about Boston because he was like, what about Boston? So
Nah, I'm over here doing other stuff. Fred VanVleet ain't coming to damn Boston. He can stay wherever he wants. Send him anywhere else, but he ain't
they
coming
don't
to
need
damn
him in Boston. They got enough guards in Boston.
We don't. We
They
need to
don't
get rid of some guards and replace them with better guards.
Honestly.
Now Milwaukee can
he's
use
the better option.
Milwaukee can use.
So I mean, he's a better option than Marcus Smart for Boston. I think so.
Far as a scorer, he's streaky too.
He is streaky.
Very streaky.
He is streaky, but
that's why
I mean,
what recency bias do to people?
What?
Excuse me. They get all these monies, and then the monies, they don't play like the monies. And then we be.
You say recency bias, but I just think
he was getting praised a couple of years ago. Praise.
Yeah.
Now we talking about sending him to Orlando. Orlando.
I'm not talking about sending him to Orlando. I think but Orlando is an up and coming team that's going to need a veteran presence, and he'll fit there. He will fit there because, like I said, name a contending team where you would put Fred VanVleet right now. Milwaukee has Drew, and they're not getting off of Drew.
I want him to be a 6-man on this team. I don't.
He's not going to want to be a 6-man. That's the point. He's not going to take 6-man.
We don't need him then because he's on that team on a contender.
That's kind of my point too. Is like everything kind of just has to line up for what he wants. He wants to go. He wants to be a starter. He was an all-star, and he wants to be either the first or second option. He's not going to get that in Boston. He's not going to get that in Milwaukee. He won't get that in Denver. I mean, like, think about that. So he has his own thing too. But
I can see
maybe he might get in Miami, but I don't know.
I can see the Clippers getting them if they don't keep Westbrook. They're gonna need a point guard.
Yeah, they don't need a point guard. That's a good one.
I'd say the Clippers.
I just want the Clippers to try not because they're never healthy. Like so.
All right. So
Clippers gonna keep us.
They should keep
it. They should. All right, let's start here. This is interesting. All right, so they're saying, because we all know Chris Paul got released, they're saying Lakers, Clippers, Knicks, and Warriors are interested in Chris Paul.
The Rockets are too.
What do you think he fits among those 4 or 5 teams?
Oh my God.
Go to the Knicks.
Paul sits at home. Retire, bro. Go home.
Go to the Knicks. We don't want you in the Bay.
He's gonna go to the Knicks. Nobody wants to talk about CP3. Portland has shown interest in DeAndre Ayton.
That's better.
I don't see how that changes any narrative in Portland.
I just don't know what they're gonna. What are you gonna do with Dame? Are you gonna trade him? Are you gonna keep him? What are you gonna do? Because at this point, it revolves around him, and because it doesn't matter if you bring somebody in. Is Dame going to be there?
They're saying Ayton works in Portland because he could be a win now piece and a rebuild piece.
See, I'm just didn't understand.
Okay, so
Simon's
understand
the number 3 pick.
So
they talking about trading Simons in the number 3 pick.
I'm getting the Simons. Let's not jump. We getting there.
I just don't see how adding DeAndre Ayton will help Portland.
But all right, so let's talk about it in one. So Portland, DeAndre Ayton. Portland's also looking to look at Anthony Simon, right? Afro Simon, whatever his name is. So it's not going to be a swap, or could it be? But my question more of it is, are you getting rid of? You got rid of CP3. Are you replacing him with Simons? If you get Simons, is he going to be the start PG? Or are you going to turn him? Or is he going to be the 2?
No, he would have to be.
He would have, yeah.
I like Anthony Simon. I like
He's
him.
He's gonna be the point guard. He's gonna be the
right, and I like Anthony, but
he's gonna be the point guard.
Yeah, he would have to be.
Anthony, Book, KD. I don't know. That could be. It could be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It could be.
And it seems like Portland is more set to build around Sharp than Anthony anyway. So if you're gonna let Anthony walk and bring in an Ayton and keep Dame, then I can understand how that system works better than keeping an Anthony and letting the Sharp walk and then bringing in Ayton. Because if you let Dame walk, you still have a Sharp, you still have Ayton, and then you still have the number 3 pick.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I'm Portland, I'm picking up the phone and calling Boston right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm picking up the phone and calling Boston right now. Hey, bro, get rid of Jaylen Brown. You can have Dame.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it because
I'm not saying Boston would do it.
Jaylen is younger.
I'm not saying Boston would do it, but if I'm Portland, that's the first conversation I would say.
DJ, you just called me. I'm Boston. I'm be like, bro, go to hell. Click.
You don't know that though, because
I just told you. I'm telling you, I'm Boston. I'm telling you, go to hell.
But
I'm not giving you a
26-year-old
for a 35-year-old.
I understand that. I'm saying though, you don't know if Boston feels that way.
That's the way Boston feels. And we signed Marcus Smart and gave him a damn extension. How you think we feel?
But see, the key point here is Jaylen Brown made the All-NBA team. Are they going to give Jaylen Brown $235 million?
Hey,
are they going to do it?
They don't.
I don't think they're going to do it.
They don't
and
have
Dame
to.
already
They
signed for a
don't have
contract,
to.
less than that.
But we don't have to. That's the thing. Everybody's looking at the max money that Jaylen Brown can get.
Jaylen Brown is going to want to sign for the max.
If he understands, and that doesn't always happen. Tim Duncan understood. I can't always sit out here and sign for maxes. I have to take pay cuts in order for me to win. So Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, it comes to him too. Like if y'all niggas want to win, y'all niggas need to take some pay cuts. You're gonna have to pay other players.
Until
it's a pay me league now. It's a pay me league now. So everybody go be like, give me my money. I get it.
It's easier to take the pay cut when you won. They ain't won shit. That's why they ain't gonna do
No, when you can win. When you can win, you take the pay. It's not when you won, it's when you can win.
We don't know if they can win because they haven't done it yet.
They can win. They got to if they can win 100%. You don't think I'm not getting into this. We're not getting into this. If you don't think JT and JB know in their hearts that they can win a championship together, you guys are crazy.
But they haven't done it.
Right, but they're 25 and 26. Give me another 25 and 26-year-old that has done it.
But so, but that's also the thing. You need some kind of veteran presence too. And Al Horford ain't it.
What do you mean?
Al Horford ain't it, bro.
No, Al Horford isn't it. Al Horford need to go.
Al Horford's another one that hasn't won nothing yet either.
He said that they didn't do it. I said they're 25 and 26. Tell me another 25 and 26-year-old that's done it.
Giannis won his title at 25.
Okay. I said, tell me somebody that's done it.
That's usually when great players start to win titles.
No, they don't. It's after 25 is when they start to win titles. What age did Kobe win his? What age did LeBron win his? What age was Michael when he won his?
Kobe won when he was before 25. Kobe won before he was 25 now.
Kobe came in the league when he was 18.
He had the three-peat, so he won before he was 25.
He was 20.
He had a three-peat back there. He won before he was 25. Yes, he did. That was yeah.
Fourth year in the league.
Bro, all I'm saying is, you keep saying, hey, they know they can do.
He won before 25. He won at 21. Yeah. But we're not counting, right? And I'll give you that. He won at 25, but we're acting like Kobe was just by himself at 25, struggling with Shaq. This is what I said earlier. Hold on. You say Kobe won. Thank you for giving me an example. That's what I wanted you to do. Who did Kobe have beside him? Was him and Kobe fighting over? Were they young enough? Were they fighting over who was the man? No, they weren't. They were out there balling to win championships. Jaylen Brown and JT are still trying to figure out what they're doing. So just like a lot of 25 and 26-year-olds.
Time out. Do you think they out there fighting over who's the number one?
No, I don't, but that's what the media seems to think. No, I don't. I don't think that's no more. I think that ended last year with Emmanuel Doka. I think that's when that ended, and you know we had this conversation.
You know what?
That's why everybody is saying break them up.
That's their problem, though.
That's why everybody is saying break them up. Troy don't believe that. Troy think that Brown understand he has to be the number two. That's why Troy gets hyped up when you guys like you got to pay him this. No, Brown, tell Tatum to rework his contract, rework Brown contract just because you can take the money if you want to win. Now, Jaylen Brown might not want to win. He might just want to take his fucking bread. Then Boston has to go into that situation like, all right, if you're going to take your bread, is it best for us because we want to win championships? We are a winning organization. We don't sit here and not win for 10 years straight, nigga. We are a winning organization. So we're going to get back to our winning ways.
Let me ask you this.
In order to do that,
let me ask you this.
I got one good point, but go ahead, Wap. Go ahead.
Sure. So what if Jaylen Brown say he want to go to Miami?
Go. I don't care if he wants to go. If he wants to go.
Okay, but you said, I'm saying though, you saying like if he leave Boston then he don't want to win. That's what you're saying?
No, I'm saying if he wants to. The whole
win.
conversation, if he wants to win with Boston. I'm not talking about him winning anywhere else. I'm talking about him on the team that he's in. So I'm not saying if he wants to win a champion. No, I'm saying if he wants to win in Boston. In Boston. I said it twice. In Boston. If he wants to win in Boston, him and Tatum need to figure out their money situation if they want pieces around him to win. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Troy.
Do you think? Go ahead.
I got a question for you real quick. Going towards Troy's point, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago when we were talking about in the chat. We were talking about LeBron going to Pat Riley to get Eric Spoelstra fired. Your words were, "Hey, it's in the media, so there has to be some kind of truth to it because it's a report, this and that." So if the report is that Jaylen Brown is fighting over being number one with Jason Tatum,
that's not the report. That's not the report. The truth that is in it, DJ, comes the years before Emmanuel Udoka. You guys don't know. You're using my words and it does not apply here. It happened before Emmanuel Udoka, when Brad Stevens was in office, they were 100% fighting over who was the man. 100%. That shit stopped last year when Emmanuel Udoka's there. So when the reports come out and people say stop. So when people still put those reports out, Troy shut them shits down because you can't tell me it's true because JT and JB would tell you it ain't fucking true no more. They would tell you it ain't true. So that's why I would say there's no truth to these reports no more because the truth came with Brad Stevens. It ended with Emmanuel Udoka.
So going by what you said, going by what you just said, right? So going by what you just said, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen acted like it was all good when they were playing together. And now we see all the nonsense coming out now. You see that you can't have it both ways.
Did y'all do this shit?
You can't have it both ways.
Pippen doing the bullshit. Michael Jordan's son, stop.
You can't have it both ways, dog.
There's no ways, DJ. What you just said is delusional. Michael Jordan and Pippen played together, each other up, and now because Pippen is mad, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna shit on Michael," and you're quaking at your fucking JT and JB.
I like the way Boo Wop looking right now because Boo Wop like, damn.
Y'all don't think. Y'all just say shit. Y'all don't fucking think.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking, but I'm using what you're saying.
No, you're not, because you use what I said about Pat Riley and them, right? There's a guy that wrote a book. There's stuff that was out there in that time. Right?
Okay, so you're telling me 10 years from now, nobody's going to write a book.
Let me finish. There was stuff in that time that came out that Braun wanted Eric Spoelstra follow. It followed years after that. When JT and JP became stars, the reports came out that they were fighting over who the fuck was the man. Did Troy ever deny those, Mulich? No, right? I have never denied those. But if you're going to sit here today and tell me JB and JT is fighting, I'm going to tell you you're fucking lying because they're not. It stopped with Emmanuel Udoka. And if anybody that watches basketball and anybody that watches Boston sports, you will see it in that fucking game that JB took a back seat and only stepped up when JT needed him to. So what are we talking about here? You're not using nothing I said against me. I just killed your point because I'm not talking about JT and JB.
You didn't kill my point.
I'm talking about it right now. I'm talking about it right now.
You didn't kill my point. Moose, how the hell are you commenting?
The point is dead. It was 2 years ago. You're talking about something 2 years ago. So when somebody brings it up today, what they're alluding to, DJ, is the thing from 2 years ago. They're going to hold that over JT and JB because that's where it started. It started with them two. So now that they fixed it, nobody's going to say it and be like, oh, yeah, they fixed it. They're good now. No. What is media going to do? What is fucking big head media? Somebody tell me what media is going to do. They're going to still egging it on. Because why is media still talking about Jaylen Brown being traded? You said one thing, right? Hold on. You said if a report comes out, there has to be some truth to it. When the report came out that Jaylen Brown was on a route on a trade block, did JB not go to front office and sit him down and talk to him about that shit? Yes, the fuck he did. So just because rumors are out there, not all of them are true.
They said he was upset though,
no, 100%. That's what I'm talking about. Because the rumors were out year after year after year after year. And what did Boston do to him? Yo, no, we're not trading you. Them shits are rumors. We don't have no trade packages for you. We want you here. Every fucking year, Boston's that told Jaylen Brown, we want you here. Next year, trade rumors. We want you here. Next year, trade rumors. And I'm not saying it always goes that way. But for us to be sitting here, and we got to get back to the conversation. The conversation is about that contract, not about them fighting over who's fucking number one. I said that to say that that's not happening anymore. The reason why I brought it up in this conversation was to say you can't say that no more. You can't say it no more.
You can't sit here and tell me that Jaylen Brown don't feel like he should be the number one option too.
even if he feels like he should be the number one, doesn't mean that that's what's bothering him there, right? Just because he feels like he should be. That when Emmanuel Udoka came in, if anybody watches the first beginning of the last season, the beginning of it, them niggas were fighting over who was the man. Udoka straightened that shit out. All of a sudden, JT was 1, JB was 2, and JB handled that shit like a man. So don't sit and tell me I can't. Oh, Jay, yeah, he can have a problem with it.
Don't have a problem with it.
Just because you have a problem with something, don't mean that you can't fucking do it. Doesn't mean that you don't want to do it. Yeah, JB could be like, yo, my skill is just as good as his, but nobody is telling him that it's not. We're not telling him to be a number 2 because he's not as skilled as JT. We just think JT's a little bit more better than J Brown. So you don't think?
So you don't think anywhere in JB's mind is like, you know what? I want my own damn team.
100%. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about their contracts.
But so if he wants his own team, he's still internally going through like, yo, I'm the man here. I'm the man. I'm a number 1 option.
Like I said, JT and JB are no longer fighting over who's the man. JB understands that Boston has JT as the man. I'm not talking about whether he likes it, DJ. You're talking about how he feels about it.
JB can still feel in his heart he's the man, though.
He can 100%.
Yeah.
Did he play like that? No, the fuck he did not. So what are we talking about here? So what are we talking about? If he didn't, what are we talking about? Somebody make it make sense to me. Somebody make it make sense to me, please. What are we talking about it for then? If he didn't act that way, while we're speculating that the man feels some type of way, this is what big media does. This is what pisses me off. This is what pisses me off because we're doing what big head media does. We're fucking putting out he might feel like he's the number 1, but he has shown you that he doesn't feel that way. He plays on the court like he's a fucking number 2. He accepted his fucking role. Everybody else around the league can accept their role, but not JB. JB can't do it. He's incapable.
I didn't say he didn't accept his role. I never say he didn't accept his role. I never say he didn't accept his role. I said he still wants to be the number 1. It's exactly what I said.
Maybe on another team.
I disagree with you, Troy.
Not on this team. Not on this team. Not on this team. You can disagree with me or not on this team. JB showed you yes or no. Whether you disagree or not, everybody would agree that JB showed you he's number 2 the last 2 years on Boston. JB showed you the last 2 years he's the number 2 on Boston, right? So that would end the fucking conversation whether you agree with me or not. If he had a problem, he would still be doing the same shit he was doing 3 years fucking prior, 2 years prior, a year ago, fighting with JT to be the man. He's not. He's not. He's literally fucking not, and we're still having the same fucking conversation. Explain it to me.
I think the only reason why we're having this
conversation, but every time I tried to, you kept on cutting me off.
I think the only reason why we're having this conversation right now is because Jalen made the NBA team. He's up for
the contract. That's all we were talking about.
Contract. So of course media is going to try to spin it a lot to make it seem like he wants to leave and wants to go to his own team.
We don't got to spin it that way though.
Just at the end of the day, we really don't know. He could want to stay. He could want to work it out with JT, and they could feel like, hey, we've been to the NBA finals, we've been to multiple Eastern Conference finals. We can definitely win a title. It's just we have to find the right coach and get the right pieces in place. I'm not saying they don't have the right pieces. I just feel like they don't have the right pieces in place. I feel like they both know they can do it, but I feel like there's a lot of media that pushes a lot of these narratives on them, and a lot of people tend to run with it. But I don't think that Jake really wants to leave, honestly.
Well, to your point, when you say the whole recent season, stuff like that, I've been saying, if you go back and listen to any of the Gentleman's Talk episodes from last year before we came on from the sidelines, I have been bringing up this point forever since we started Gentleman's Talk, was that even though Jaylen Brown knows in the back of his head he's not better than Jason Tatum, he wants to be the guy on the team. And he struggled. It's not necessarily a struggle with Jason Tatum. It's a struggle within himself because he plays a lot of hero ball too when he has the chance to be like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because he's a primary ball handler too. And you can see that as he's the primary ball handler. One of the reasons why Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook didn't work out was that exact reason. They went to the finals. They went Western Conference Finals. What was it? 3 times. And they never won a championship together.
Tell me at what point in Westbrook and KD's tenure together did Westbrook or KD said, yeah, I'm going to take the step back and be the second option? Just tell me that.
Neither one of them said they were going to take the step back and be the second option. Neither one of them said that. And just because you say it, don't mean you believe it or you deem it true.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
And another thing about JB, another thing about JB and JT, they don't, just like Russ and KD, they don't complement each other. They two great players that don't make each other personally better. They don't. Nothing JB doing is making Jason Tatum a better player.
So why does,
of course,
so why
like Russ and KD was.
So why do their peers around them feel they work well together? Why do the people that play them in basketball every fucking day feel they work together? Please explain that to me.
Because they're winning.
They're good. They're great players.
Great players. They're winning.
But Troy, is the goal not to win the title? I just want to know, what's the goal here? Is the goal not to win the title? We going what? How long is we? What if this duo? They're next year they're the top 3 seed again. When is it going to be? It's time to blow this thing up. When is that time going to come? Never.
Not now. Not now. Not when they fucking coming into their own and they're both going into their prime and they're finally learning how to fucking play together. It's like, let's blow it up now. When all of the fighting was happening, no, let's keep them together. Yeah, let's keep them together. What JB thinks is, man, now JB accepted his role under Udoka, and a year after that under Masala. Now it's like, yeah, you fucking blow the team up. No, Troy's gonna tell you what. When you blow the team up, you blow everything up around JT and JB. You don't take them two out nowhere. You blow everything else fucking up around them. Because it's Marcus Smart being the 29th ranked motherfucking starting point guard. It's Williams being the 27th ranked point guard. It's Al Horford being the 30th ranked fucking center. That's what it is. It ain't JP and JT. So if you guys want to talk about it, let's be real. It's the supporting cast. Yes, do they have their fucking ups and downs? Yes, they do. Everybody does. Does Joker not play back? Does KD not play that? Does LeBron not play back? Yes, they do. You find a way to work it the fuck out. They're still young. They still have time together. I'm not blowing them up. Just like I wouldn't have blown KD and Westbrook up, which they didn't. They waited till KD left, till KD made the choice to leave. So if you're asking me, DJ, when do I blow it up? It's when fucking Brown makes the choice to leave, not when I have the choice. If I have the choice, they stay. Both of them. All times, both of them stay because they do complement each other. I don't know what the fuck y'all watch. They do complement each other very fucking well.
So they don't complement each other.
They don't have a true point guard and they don't have a true center.
I think you blow it up as soon as they stop succeeding, and I get that the overall goal is winning a championship, but
there's levels to success, like Giannis said.
There's levels to
success, like Giannis said. There's are levels to this. There's are levels to this.
Giannis said that.
No, I did not.
Most people's view.
When we watched the episode, Troy did not.
To most people's view, multiple Eastern Conference bursts is going to look like a success in most people's eyes. Of course, to our eyes, we're going to be like, no, fuck no, a finals win is the ultimate prize. But in most people's view, they're going to look at them consistently, 2 young players consistently reaching the Eastern Conference Finals and in finals. They're going to look like that as a success. They're not going to want to break that up until that success virtually stops. Them not reaching the playoffs, them not reaching a conference finals, them getting blown out, or them getting swept in the first or second round. Like, that's when you start to question it. But if they're consistently reaching a milestone and there's 1, maybe 2 pieces that needs to be changed in order to reach the threshold, I'm not willing to blow that up yet. I'm willing to keep that together and to see if we can get there. If we can't, all right, bet. Now I can bow out. But as of right now, to me, they're playing their best basketball, I can't blow it up right now. Like, I just can't do it.
I mean,
when they finally start working together well, it's like
without winning.
I don't think they work together well.
What duos we y'all know stay together? I just want somebody to tell me this.
Say that again, boy.
Y'all know stay together without winning? What duos stay together without winning?
How long time given?
What duos stay together without winning?
I'm just saying, like,
KD was together with 7 years.
How many duos stay together without winning? Russ and KD about the longest ones we've seen.
Probably CJ and
this is my problem. This is my problem with y'all using. They were like, it was out there that they didn't, that Westbrook wouldn't accept the second. It was out there, all the way out there. The Jaylen Brown thing is only rumors. Jaylen Brown has never shown to be like Westbrook when it came to KD. So I hate the analogies of KD and Westbrook did this, and now we're including them to that. Well, we have to understand, right? Yes, KD and Westbrook, you can say they came in, I guess, relatively the same, right? JT came in young, KD, Westbrook came in young, and they had to take over the teams, right? But you tell me which team then made trades for other superstar players, right, to try to win when JT and JB are not the focal point? Who did that on OKC when KD and Russ wasn't the focal point? Because we went and got Kyrie, made Kyrie our number one option. Kyrie, our number one option.
Tatum was there.
Huh?
Kyrie was on the team before Tatum was there.
No, he wasn't. He was there to get Tatum.
No, he wasn't. That was Tatum.
Tatum played the year with Kyrie.
Right, that's what I mean. Tatum was a rookie.
Right, but Tatum rookie, Kyrie got hurt, and Tatum was the one, I swear that media was saying, got us to the Eastern Conference Finals his rookie year, I believe, if I'm not fucking mistaken.
Yeah, but the East stuff.
So he came in.
Now you listen to big media now. Now you listen to big media.
No, I said what I'm not listening to big media.
I didn't think that would carry y'all.
I didn't think that. I'm not saying that it carried us either. That's why I preface it by what did big media say. I didn't say I believe that. Troy didn't say what was me and big media saying. What are you talking about? I said, what did big media? Everybody was saying, all right, fuck big media. Fuck big media. I could go on Facebook and go back to that time and show you posts from all fucking fans talking about that JT was that guy. So we don't even have to talk about big media. Let's talk about the fandom. Everybody that watched the sport.
And I was arguing with them. Y'all tripping.
Right. You can. I don't care. But what I'm saying is JT and JB did not have the same role, full control of the team like KD and Westbrook did. There were obstacles in their way, like Brad Stevens fucking trying to use Gordon Hayward in the way he used Gordon Hayward. Fucked up our team for 2 years. Kyrie coming in, fucked up a team for a year. Kemba coming in and not doing what he did, fucked up a team for a year. KD and Westbrook got to keep that team and got pieces built around them where JT and JB was getting moved up and down. But we don't want to talk about that. We just want, they've been together so long. They've been together so long.
After year two, they was clearly the best two players on that team. What are you talking about? They were two of that team. What are you talking about? You just said it. After Kyrie left, that became their team.
And then what did I just did I say Kemba team? Did Troy say it was Kemba team? Did Troy say it was Kemba team? Did Troy say that Kemba came in and messed things up? Up and down, because if we're thinking about when Gordon Hayward was there, shit was up and down. When Kyrie came, shit was up and down. When Kemba came, shit was up and down.
That changed after the first 2 years.
No, it didn't. They still were having up and down with pieces that they had around. What are you talking about? What? Why did Lamar, somebody tell me why Lamar just said that, how many times you're going to build around JT and JB? How many times you're going to stack pieces around them?
Sure. All I'm simply saying is that became their team after year two. That's all I'm saying. After year two. Yeah,
but I'm not talking, that's fine. It became their team, but there was still obstacles in their way. Troy's going to say it again, and then we're going to move on. There was obstacles in JT and JB way from having the full team to themselves like KD and Westbrook did. KD and Westbrook didn't have to deal with another superstar or another star coming in and fucking up chemistry. KD and Westbrook didn't have to deal with a fucking coach who coached a player and wanted to push him after he fucked his leg up, right? That happened when Kyrie came there too, if I'm not mistaken. Gordon Hayward was still there. And he was still fucking using Gordon Hayward in a way that he should not be using him. He wasn't using Gordon. Gordon Hayward should have went to the fucking bench, and JT and JB should have got more minutes. But what did Brad Stevens do? He threw Gordon Hayward in the lineup. I need Gordon Hayward out there because that's my guy. That's my guy. That's the ups and downs Troy's talking about. I'm not talking about them fluctuate. They fluctuate between the team because they got to move this way and move that way and move that way. Then Emmanuel Doka comes and he gives them a fucking identity. I will fight with my fucking fellow guy too if I don't have an identity. I don't know what the fuck's going on over here. You the guy, I'm the guy, who the guy? Kyrie came in, he was the fucking guy. This guy walked into practice every day telling us we ain't shit. We suck. He better than all of us. He'll kick our ass. Like, this is the stuff they tell me what's equivalent that KD and Westbrook had to deal with that we could say that those two situations are the same.
James Harden.
Ain't no James Harden because James Harden was on the bench. James Harden wasn't no James Harden. James Harden got drafted there.
Go back and pull the reports. James Harden wanted to start and be a star.
100% wanted to start. 100%. But that's not the same. You literally talking about a superstar coming in who's already a superstar and a guy off the bench that wants to start. Oh my fucking God. What are we talking about here?
So you tell me when the minute James Harden left OKC and came to Houston, he put up 40-point games back to back because he knew. And I still think, and to this day, I think OKC made the wrong move keeping Westbrook instead of keeping James Harden.
They should have got rid. No, they should have got rid of Ibaka. It wasn't Westbrook. It was Ibaka and James Harden.
I will go to my grave saying they should have got rid of Westbrook.
Westbrook wasn't up. He was still on contract.
I thought back then
Westbrook was
James
still in
Harden.
contract. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
I'm
It was
just saying.
Ibaka and
You're
James
not
Harden
gonna-
who were free agents. They had to sign
You're not
one of them
gonna
or give one of
explain?
them an extension.
You gonna let me explain why I say that?
No, I'm talking about what it is. You can't say Westbrook because Westbrook wasn't up for a contract restriction. The only reason why they let James go is because they couldn't sign him any Ibaka at the same time. So if we're talking about James Harden, we have to talk about him in that light.
I thought they should have traded Westbrook and kept James Harden. I've always said that. Even back then, I said that because I thought James Harden was a better point guard than Westbrook was. Thank God he came to Houston, though. I said
that as well.
Oh, no,
Come on, let's
boy.
move it on, man. Let's move it on. What's next?
But
Harden and a
KD
Chris Paul
Westbrook
swap.
played for 8 seasons, and JB
Harden and a Chris Paul swap is quietly being circulated.
Harden in a what spot?
Chris
We
Paul
talk about
swap.
something else. We
In a
talk about
Chris
something
Paul
else, man,
swap?
please.
That's not gonna make Philadelphia better.
You mean
I don't know
Harden
why
going
they
to
didn't
the
say
Suns?
that.
Is that what that means? Oh God!
I told you there's reports of Harden going to the Suns. Warriors
It's not-
expected to
it's
keep
not
core
good.
together.
It's not.
Warriors are
it's not
expected to
gonna be a
keep core
swap.
together one more season.
Oh my God!
And
I mean, I understand.
yeah,
I seen that coming. I don't see Draymond leaving at all because I understand that was the talks. But that was the talks going into this season where Draymond's going to be a unrestricted free agent. But yeah, I don't see them going splitting that up. Mike Dunleavy Jr. is probably going to take the GM spot. So we'll see how that goes from there. But yeah, I figured the core was going to stay together. It's really the question between JP and all the young talent.
No, they said they're not going to get rid of Jordan Poole either. They're not looking to trade him.
Of course. So really, it's really all the younger talent and all the other people.
Can you really get Jordan Poole back with Draymond one more year, bro? I just want to know.
They need to probably trade.
I don't think he can, dog.
I mean,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
dude, get your lick back, JP. What the heck? Go get your lick back, man. What the heck? You better call that man fade out or something. YouTube, we don't.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Look,
saying
I'm light skinned. Trust me, he ain't getting no lick back, dog.
Hey,
that's not in Jordan Poole makeup.
Hey, and so I'm not saying you gotta actually get your lick back, dog. But you might have to call him. You might have to call that one time. You feel me? I might have to step out behind in the locker room. You feel me? Somewhere behind the dumpster or something, and get it cracking one time for the one time, just so people respect you.
I just gotta catch you off guard one time and pop your ass, and we good after that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you might have to go out there and throw a few things. You know what I'm saying with the OG of the team. You know what I'm saying, just so they can earn that little respect or earn a little stripe. You know what I'm saying? And then there's gonna be some reports about it, and there's not gonna be no video, and then you'll get your respect back in these streets, man. But right now, everybody looking at you like you're a punk. So you got to go out there and sock Draymond in his mouth one time.
Poor Jordan Poole. He took nothing but L's this year, bro. This is NBA season.
I didn't calculate the Boston tweet, so I didn't calculate that into my time. 20 to 25 minutes on the breakdown, a minute on the post, 10 to 15 minutes on playoffs, 10 minutes on NBA news. Then I got a 2v2 of four teams. I want you to pick which one. We spend like 5 to 10 minutes on that. 15 to 20 on the blacktop resorts because we still got to get to that. And now I'm gonna have to bring them to the era out because because I didn't account for it, boy. I didn't know y'all was gonna do this to me then.
I love it.
I hate y'all talking about JB and JT need to break up.
I know you do. I don't care.
I love it.
That's for what it's worth. That's the first time we ever disagreed on anything on this podcast. That's the first time I ever went back and forth with you.
But that's why I went at you so hard because it's our first one. So you got to get the full team.
I love it.
I got a 2v2v2v2. You're gonna tell me which one is winning. Now these are your teams: Steph Curry and Zion,
Goodness gracious,
Dame and LeBron,
oh my God,
Joker and Luka, and Giannis and Kyrie.
Who came up with
Is this all at their peaks or they are right now?
It was House of Highlights actually came up with this one. It's I guess we can say all in their prime. I don't know.
Okay. Blacktop 2v2?
I guess.
Run those duos one more time. I need to hear this again.
Steph and Zion, Damon, Braun, Joker, Luka, Giannis, Curry. Curry.
Well, I'm not going to pick Steph and Zion because Zion can't stay healthy long enough to finish a game. So that'll automatically cross them out for me.
It's either Steph and Zion or I'm probably gonna go with Giannis and Kyrie.
Yeah, I'm going Giannis and Kyrie.
I think I'm gonna go with Giannis and Kyrie, man. That's
That's honestly that's who I went with first was Giannis and Kyrie because Luka and Jokic just don't make no fucking sense, honestly.
Yeah, you neither one of them athletic. So if they're going against the other four, they're getting
They
dunked
too out
on.
of shape to play 2-on-2 anyway.
Zion and Steph is
That's
kind
a
of
problem.
scary if you get
Yeah.
if you get a healthy Zion, like a
Zion.
truly healthy Zion, and I get, you know what I'm saying, there's rules into this, but if you get a healthy Zion with Steph, that's fucking terrifying. I don't care what anybody tells me.
Yeah, but you know what, though, on that point though, I think Giannis could guard Zion easily.
And that's the
I
thing.
don't know about no easily.
I don't know about easily. But that, and
I
that's
think
Giannis
wins.
You said that, and all I saw was Zion giving Giannis shoulders, moving him out of his way.
I don't know, bro.
Get out of here.
I only say that because Giannis has the height, plus he could jump out the building. He has the athleticism to keep up with him too. So not necessarily stop him, but he can limit him more than anybody else other than LeBron.
That's a sneaky combo. That's a sneaky combo.
Neither one of them in their primes on their best day is stopping Zion on no 2v2 for real. Like 1v1.
Oh, no, not at all.
Dude is a problem. I've watched him work
100%.
everybody. Like Zion is a problem. Like,
so on the flip side, do you think Zion will be able to guard Giannis?
No.
No.
Hell no.
No, Giannis walked right past him. Giannis walked right past him. All right,
Giannis doing whatever he wants to.
Let's get to this. Let's get to this.
I do think Dame and LeBron is a sneaky good matchup as well.
It is. All right, let's get to these blacktop results. Go. You ready? Because you didn't send them to me, I don't think you sent them to me. Let me see, because he likes sending me stuff afterwards.
Don't be quiet. This show, normally he doing the most in the background.
All right. I got it here. All right, let's get it up on the screen. He didn't do too. All right. So you're gonna see round one is here. So I just want to say I know DJ gonna start reading.
I can't see this shit.
I can't see that. That's too small for me to even read.
I see it.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you, Troy.
I got you guys. That's why I'm here. All right. So you know we had a 3v3 blacktop. If you guys did not watch it, it is up on Kick FTSL 8. That's the Kick. Go watch it. It was fun. I gotta say right before we start, the best matchup was the second round, DJ versus Buwak. That by far the most entertaining matchup. So if I was y'all, I would go back and watch that fucking matchup. Most entertaining, and it was a sweep. But we're gonna get there. All right. So you know we spin the wheel last week. We picked our teams to remind you guys if you are in the chat who our teams were. You can kind of see them on the thing. But Troy, I had Joker, MPJ, Brogdon, Goat Pig, Jimmy, Al Horford, Aaron Gordon, Muhat, Tatum, Murray, K Love, which DJ had Brown, Bam, and Jeff Green, and Buwak with AD, Bron, and KCP. So let's get to this first matchup. The problem that I'm going to say here, Goat, are you here? You can jump up on the screen, Goat, if you want, because you are commentating, so you can jump up here and give your thoughts on it. All right, so this is DJ versus Troy, game one. This was a tight series. All right, Troy almost lost this one. I ain't gonna fucking lie, bro. I was scared. Bam, for some reason, instead of Jaylen Brown being the guy, Bam was the guy. I don't know why. So Bam in his first game, 5 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, and he took 19 shots. I just want you to know that.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
He took 19 shots. Jaylen Brown took 5.
Don't be disappointed.
5. Yeah, the one that should be disappointed is the one that's saying don't be disappointed.
Absolutely.
All right. Joker went off this game, right?
Yeah, we
11, 12, one steal in the block, 11 for 18 goes off. Michael Bragdon 1 point. Michael Brogdon played like shit in this series. MPJ didn't really help me. But one game we pull it out 12-9. It was very close. The second game, DJ beats me, comes back, and Jaylen Brown has 5 points. He took 9 shots. Bam finished with 4 and 6 shots. And yeah, Joker, as you can see, only gave me 2 points this game. That's why I tell you guys, Blacktop is unpredictable. All right, you never know what's going to happen. Brogdon gave me a 0 point, but he was 0 for 7. If you don't remember last game, he was 1 for 7. So now he's a total of 1. What is it? 14? 1 for 14. So just want you to know that. All right. And then the third game, Troy wins it 12-6. Bam again took most of the shots at 11. Jaylen Brown only took 3 shots this game, 0.0 rebounds. So I don't know what the CPU is doing here, but Bam was your point guy. I think you should stay away from Bam. All right. Joker in this game that I won scored 3 points. So
Jeez, Malcolm Brogdon went off in your last game. God damn.
7 points. He was what? 2 for 14?
1 for 14.
1 for 14. That's 25. 6 for 25.
Hey, what's going on with Michael Porter Jr. though, bro? What the hell?
Michael Porter didn't, I don't know. But I advanced. DJ went to the loser bracket. Now we got Mulich and Goat, which is fucking interesting. All right. You know, Mulich, Tatum, Murray. 7 points for Tatum, 3 from Murray. It just didn't work out, Moo. I don't know why Tatum and Murray didn't work together. But it didn't. Just didn't work out. Like, it just didn't. And
I have a feeling why, because Jimmy Butler is, I think, the third best defender in the game. And every single
he was
time
sticking Murray.
He was
Butler was on Murray. Yeah.
And I feel like Murray was a bit too small for him. He couldn't get barely any rebounds. He would get blocked a lot of the time. So, yeah, it was a struggle for Moo. Tatum did well.
Yeah, the first game. Second game, Goat wins at 12-9. So they reverse the scores and Goat goes and win it. Jimmy goes out with 9 points, 8 rebounds. Jimmy was going off this game.
Jimmy.
This was Jimmy's best game right here. I mean, he was lighting it the fuck up.
4 steals. Look at that. That's crazy.
Tatum 6 points, Murray 1 point. So, you know, you're not getting much out of Murray, 1 for 8. He's doing the Brogdon. K-Love he wasn't getting you no points, but K-Love got a big ass block in the second game. Big ass block. That shit was like LeBron James. But as you can see in game 3, Mulich loses to Goat 12-8. Jimmy went off again. Tatum 3 points. Murray 2 points. So you got 5 points out of your 2 stars, and you're not going to win that way. Tatum was 3 for 12.
Yeah.
And then I asked you if you needed the stats, Goat, and you said no. You went back in the game.
Nah, I checked it. It wasn't there. You didn't pull it up in neither of the. It was like 40 seconds. It was stuck on.
Got K-Love for rebounds, and he completely sold.
Yeah, K-Love wasn't no help. All right.
Yeah, Al Horford was his feet.
All right, so now we got the losers bracket. All right. The person who wins this one goes in and plays Boo-Wop. So DJ versus Mulich first game. DJ beats him 12-5.
It wasn't a good game. Bad. Horrible.
Horrible game. I think this is around the time Moo came in. Bam goes off again, 5 points. Brown gets 5 points, but Bam still takes most of your shots. Brown went 5 for 5. This little Brown kicked the fuck up.
If we can just talk about how Bam's 5 points and 4 rebounds, it doesn't look like how it looked on the actual game. Like, you got to go back.
That's why you got to watch it. That's why you got to watch it.
But something very interesting about this
Love
that I feel like
he can cradle all goddamn night, bro. Like, he was that. K-Love was Bam's child.
Yeah. In terms of this game, something that was really interesting that I noted at the start of the game, Bam was the one taking all the shots. Bam was cooking, but sort of in the later stage of the game, Jaylen Brown just went off. He started to get some steals, got a block, and he got his rest of the 5 points at the end of the game. So I like that sort of chemistry, you could say, in that game where Bam was the one that started off and Jaylen Brown ended it. And Jeff Green. Shout out Jeff Green.
So game 2.
Hey, Jeff Green was big for you, bro. He was big for you, dog.
Game 2.
I told you.
Game 2. DJ, this is the first sweep. We had our first sweep. DJ sweeps Moo 2-0. Tatum 5 points. Murray just really did not work out for you. I just don't know why, but he just did not work out for you.
Murray and Love were all game, bro. It was crazy.
And look at this. Bam again. Leads in points with 8, and then leads in shots with 13 shots.
Bro, Bam was working this game. He had K-Love in absolute Hades this game, bro. It was crazy.
So now we got DJ advancing. Moo was the first one eliminated. Sorry, Moo. You know, you were supposed to have the best team with the chat was saying.
Damn,
that's
yeah,
what
I thought Mood had the best team.
Yeah, the chat said it was a consensus. Chat said Mood had the best team, but this goes to show what Troy
not
said.
for Blacktop.
Blacktop is different. It's a
Blacktop is
game.
different. I kept saying it all through the stream. Like, you
And
guys
all
got to
through the stream,
understand
it's
what
all-
works and what doesn't work in Blacktop.
That's why I picked Jeff Green. I promise y'all. Because
You gotta understand picks. It's not how you. It's not gonna go how you think it's gonna go. So, and this is my second time. So it's
Like this game. I lost 12-3.
God damn.
Jeez.
And I had Joker. Joker scored 1 point. I don't know how Michael Brogdon had 7 points here, but I only had 3 points here. I don't know how that works. Go.
Hey, so does this justify that LeBron was right in waiting to pick Jokic at the end of the All-Star draft?
Hey, I don't know how Brogdon scored 7 points here when he only scored 3 points.
I did this at 3 a.m., guys. I'm sorry.
Oh man, this is the second one I clicked on. This ain't the first one you said had the mistake. This is they still got mistakes. All right. So GOAT beats me the first game. Then my power cut off in the middle of the second game. My house completely went dark.
And
then we sat for what was it, like maybe 15 minutes waiting for my super to come and turn the damn box back on. Box came back on, worked in my favor. Game 2, I don't know why he didn't fix this because he scored more than 3 points. I think it was a close one, but I wound up pulling the game 2 out. It was 11-12. What? 11-15?
What the hell going on here?
Might be 1 point, 2 point, 7 point. That's 10.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Hey, I am curious to know though, why is Malcolm Brogdon's name spelled all the way out?
I don't know, but he spelled it all the way out. So anyway, we go to the final. All right, here we go. Final score, because I don't know what he did here. DJ versus Moo. All right, yeah, this was the first score was 12-3. Final score here was 12-10. Okay. 12-10. 1. That's 8. 10. Oh, I won that one. Then we get to the third final game, and I kind of pull this one out too, because Jimmy at this point, Jimmy was the only one. You can see here 1 point from Gordon, none from Al Horford. Jimmy was the only one putting up buckets. So we kind of took advantage of that. Joker finally showed up after 2 series and gave me some damn more points. And Brogdon went back to his 3 for 9. You see him. Third game, I beat GOAT. So then we get to the next game, which was DJ versus Boo-Wop. DJ survived the loser bracket to face Boo-Wop. And in the first game, Boo-Wop beat DJ.
Oh, 13-11? Oh, Jalen Brown finally cooked. Goddamn.
Jalen went off, but the duo of AD and LeBron was too fucking much. Hey, Ron. What's up, man? Remember next week I'm gonna put it on the dock for you, so this way we don't gotta change nothing up, Aaron. So remember, I'm gonna hit you up. We'll get you on next Monday. But here, Brown goes off, but AD and Bron just killed them. I mean, you guys were retarded for letting Boo-Wop pick LeBron and AD.
7 points. 7
so,
points. This one still.
But
gracious.
DJ is eliminated in the second game. Boo-Wop gets the second sweep of the tournament. Bam 3 points, Brown 4. You got Brown with 7 again.
What the hell is going on with Bam shooting 9 times?
Oh, AD. How many blocks AD had? Look at that block. AD was messing him up. How many blocks he had here? Messing him up. AD wasn't letting Bam get nothing down low. All right, so DJ's eliminated. Final is me and Wop, like I expected. I called it all the way through. It was me and Boo-Wop. And Boo-Wop takes the first game. I just couldn't score, man. I just couldn't score. Joker again gives me 1 point.
Yeah, his game is not suited for Blacktop.
And then Wop gives us the third sweep of the tournament and becoming the first Blacktop champion. Wop beats me 12-5 with Jokic putting up 2 points.
Is that LeBron that had 3 blocks?
And Michael Brogdon shot 3 for 15. I just wanted to show you that. And yes, LeBron.
Wow.
LeBron had 2
AD had
steals.
4 blocks? Goodness
80
gracious.
had 4 blocks.
What the hell?
Whoa.
That defense dumb. Is that 7 blocks in the blacktop game? Come on, bro.
That's insane.
Listen, I
So-
remember Troy was telling me, "Oh, LeBron, he's not going to do well in this blacktop. He's not a good blacktop player." LeBron shut.
You were saying that too.
Yeah, I know.
Thank
know.
you,
all
Aaron.
saying
Appreciate you.
He
But you were saying it too because we played like a run through and then he picked Stephen Curry and LeBron and I picked Dame and KD and LeBron didn't do nothing. LeBron literally didn't do anything. And I know from past, and Buap will tell you, Bron has not been good in our 3v3s. He just hasn't. I don't know if that's the way you guys pick him. Maybe Buap used him the right way. But Buap, congratulations. Anything you want to say, Buap?
Hey man, sometimes it is best to go last, you know. You feel me? Y'all gave me that double bubble, you feel me?
I was so mad. I was telling Goat the whole screen. Y'all niggas fucked up giving Buap, Bron, and AD.
Bro, I promise you, I know it was the West.
Look at this.
It was
Look
the
at
conference
this.
finals thing, but I didn't even think about the Lakers.
Just look at the first picks before Buap. Joker, you would say that's rightfully so, right? You got to take Joker first. Whoever goes first got to take Joker. Jimmy Butler.
He was cooking the whole blacktop though, so that was the right choice.
No.
What do you mean no?
Your ass got beat down. All right. Jason Tatum.
Troy, you
Jason
only
Tatum.
won power
Jason
one.
Tatum.
Only
Jason
one-
Tatum. Jason
one
Tatum.
power.
Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum. All right. Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown. Why, DJ? Why?
I just told you why.
You couldn't because you want to split JB and JT up so bad. That's why you did it.
Shut the hell up. That
That's
got
why
nothing
you
to
did
do with it. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
It got everything to do with it because
No,
you
no.
motherfuckers don't let him get. And once he said LeBron and AD, I knew he won. But I knew I would be there because I knew I had the second best team.
So one thing getting lost here is you say, why did y'all let him pick AD and LeBron? Well, you could have picked AD or LeBron too. And you let him do it too.
No.
Yes, you could have.
No.
You didn't have to take Joker first.
Yes, I did. Yes,
No,
I
you
did.
didn't.
Yes, I did.
No.
Everybody here, no matter who went first, was picking Joker first. Stop it.
Hey, you
DJ.
didn't have to.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You needed the best player off the board. Yes, you did.
Obviously, he wasn't the best player on the board in
He
blacktop.
was the best player on the board. It doesn't. Listen, we're looking at the results after. We're talking about when we drafted him. He's the best player on the board. You got to take him. But you guys taking Jaylen Brown before AD and LeBron? That's nasty, bro.
Hey,
I took Joker. Mine is justified. Jimmy Tatum might even be justified.
Tatum is
Jimmy?
justified. Tatum is justified.
Jimmy, I don't know if Jimmy's justified. And then Jaylen Brown, that's not justified. But just learn for the next one, man. You can't let you see. And this is what I told Goat during the live stream. You got to understand who is left on the board for the next person that goes after you to pick. That's what you guys did not do. I knew AD and Braun was there. I was hoping Buap didn't do it. I couldn't do shit because I had the first pick. I watched 3 niggas go after me, and nobody said AD. Just only one person had to say, I'm going to take AD off the board. Nobody. Just let LeBron, I didn't care about. He could have had LeBron and Bam. You should have gave him LeBron and Bam.
I'm telling you, the Lakers never even crossed my mind when looking up the rosters. I literally just
4
didn't think about
teams in the
Lakers
final. There was 4
in the conference finals.
4 teams in the conference.
I literally didn't
You
think
only
about the
looked at
Lakers.
3.
I did look at 3. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about the damn Lakers. When he said AD and Brian, I said, "Oh shit, the Lakers." Go back and watch the video. I said, "Oh shit, the Lakers was in the conference finals."
Next time I'm picking Austin Reeves.
And I should have never picked MPJ. I should have never picked Michael Brogdon. I should have never picked Joker. So,
Love.
right. Shit, Jeff Green and Aaron Gordon did better than anybody thought. You feel me?
Right.
Jeff
Man.
Green was out there locking everybody superstar
Locking
up.
everybody up.
I'm
rebounding.
trying to tell you, brother, I've been playing with Jeff Green for years, so I know his defense is pretty good in blacktop
Yo,
because he's just
he
long.
had him on chains, bro.
He's long. So that's why when GOAT was like, you pick freaking Jeff Green, I'm like, bro, just watch the games first.
Like, but nah, Goat was really extremely happy because all of you guys put his team down and said his team wouldn't do nothing. And he beat Mulich, which everybody was saying was the top team. Moo, you were a big letdown. I'm not gonna lie.
Huge.
Getting bounced in the first round.
But I couldn't believe it whenever y'all said, yo, Moo got eliminated by GOAT. I was like, what?
Crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't losing to none of y'all. Now, the one person I knew I was going to lose to was Buwan. And I told Goat that earlier. I said, I'm going to make it to the finals and I'm going to lose to Buwan.
I definitely said in my head, like, all right, I got matched up against Troy. Troy's team is better than mine. And then Moo's team is better than GOAT. So I can't wait to see GOAT in the second round and freaking Jeff Green go off. And then I get the update. Well, GOAT beat Moo. Damn!
Yeah, it was fire, man. And like I said, that DJ versus Buwan, that DJ versus Buwan second round, even though it was a sweep, both of those games was fucking entertaining as hell. You gotta go watch it. It was entertaining. It was back and forth, bucket for bucket. Like every other game was slow. There would be mad stints with Axe Goat. Nobody scoring. Nobody could get a basket. Like nobody doing anything. And then that game, Buwab just was like, listen, I'm mad that Buwab got 2 sweeps and 1 tournament. You 4-0? What's that? You ain't 4-0.
I went 4-0 in the tournament.
4-0 in what tournament?
This tournament I just passed.
You only played 2 games.
I played 2 series. I went 2-0 in each one.
So you 2-0.
Fucking 2-0.
You 2-0. It's a series. 3 best out of the series, not best out of the games. But whatever makes you happy, Buwab.
I won 4 games, Troy. Yes or no?
Right, but you won 2 series. So you counting the games or you counting the series?
Are we really going to talk about this?
Yeah. I want to fuck with Buwab right now. Yeah.
I'm talking about the games. Like when
I'm talking about the series.
When we talk about the 0-1 Lakers, we say they went 15-1.
No, we don't. We say they won the championship.
Man,
I said they went 15-1. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog.
Stop it, Troy. Stop it, Troy.
Buwab, you're 2-0. That's it. That tournament, you're 2-0. Where me, I'm 2-1. I had to play 3 rounds. You feel me? I had to play 3 rounds.
Oh, fuck,
you wasn't that impressive though, Buwab. I ain't gonna lie. You just picked the better pair. That's all.
Hey, Troy.
I'm making sure going forward it will not happen again. Buwab. I will rig it. I will rig it and make sure you don't go last no more.
You went 4-4 through the playoffs.
I went 4-4. No, the hell I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
So you swept somebody in the playoffs? I mean, in the tournament, you swept somebody. Who you swept?
I went 2-1.
4-4.
I went 2-2. I went 2-1. I went 2-1. I don't count games. I count series. Nigga, I don't care about no record 4-4. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I went 2-1. I have a positive record, not an even record, a positive one.
Ooh.
Okay.
Negative.
No, yeah, Mulich, you got a negative.
Negative.
0-2.
0-2.
0-2. You 0-1 right now. You had 1 series. All right. So let's get out of here. Final thoughts.
Y'all know what it is, man. Appreciate you guys for sliding through. Great another basketball show. Follow all the socials.
Boston conversation through me.
Hey, if you guys want to go back and watch some greatness, go back and tune into this show and tune into past shows, man. Shout out to all of our audio listeners. Y'all know what it is. We're gonna see you guys on Wednesday and again on Friday and Thursday.
Miami surging in the second corner.
Mm-hmm.
DJ.
Good show, man. Finally, me and Troy disagreed on something. I'm coming back. We're gonna revisit that conversation too. By the way, don't forget Wednesday, Gentlemen's Talk, 7:15, 8:15 Eastern Time. Me and GQ will be here, and it'll be another fire show. Done with it.
You
already know, man. I see people Monday.
Well, I'm your boy Troy. You know what it is. Great Bates. It's all love over here. Buwap happy he won something. But Troy gonna do it in this pod. Make sure he don't never win again. Even if I got he keeps saying 4-0, but he only played.
I'm gonna pick
two
better
rounds.
next time. I'm gonna pick better. K-Love, you can't be on my team next time.
Well, we ain't doing the just 4 teams next time. There'll be a plethora of teams we pick through, but we are going to do more like this, where it's going to be a limit of players. We just have to be smarter not to let anyone, not just boo up, anyone slip our minds, DJ, and go forward to the guy that's last that gets 2 picks.
My ass, Troy.
All right.
I still had a good showing.